Let's open our eyes to the brand new day. It's a brand new day.
Welcome to Razor's Edge for Rookies. My name is Reese Williams, and today I'm going to be giving you a demonstration of a new software interface called GiftxStream. Now, if you're like me, you don't like to waste time, and if you have to do a lot of gift entry, you realize you're doing a lot of tedious, time-wasting steps that you're doing every day, day in, day out, and it's probably getting to wear you down. So if you're that kind of person, I suggest you watch this video. You might find what I'm about to show you very interesting. All right, so what is GiftxStream? So basically, it's a software that lies dormant on your system. Right now, I have my sample database open, but when I put my mouse to the bottom, you'll see a bar will come up, and the bar will have a number of options, and these are the typical things I do every day. I'm going to put in a new gift batch, I'm going to post the batch, I'm going to generate thank you letters, and then I'm going to do reports. Now, these steps are typically something that I have to go do a predetermined list of mouse and keystrokes, and every day I'm doing the same thing. Well, now you can automate the system. So watch what happens. I click new gift batch, and I get an interface. Pretty simple. It's asking me my batch type. So you'll see cash or check, credit card, gift in kind. And if you don't separate your batches, you really should. And if you don't know why, ask me and I'll give you a good example. So let's choose cash or check for an example. We're going to say projected gift count of 3 for a total of $300. Now, all I need to do is click OK. And at this point, it's no hands mine, right? So you just let the system do its work. At this point, I can go to get a cup of coffee, I can go to the water cooler, I can make some phone calls, I can do whatever I want. In the background, what will be happening is GiftxStream will go set up your batch. It's going to create the batch header. It's going to load the fields that you typically use in a cash and check batch. And it's also going to go set all the defaults that you typically would do, all the default dates, the post status, all the things that you physically would have to do one at a time by hand. In essence, what you're really doing is just waiting. And what this system will do is actually come back with a whistle. And the whistle lets you know it's time for you to go enter data. So here it comes. If you recognize that sound, it's actually from the Star Trek series. Okay, I'm a Trekkie, I'm a geek, I admit it. All right, but it's cool. So now when you're at your batch entry screen, it's set up for two ways. You can, if you are the old school kind of person that actually goes and looks up the name one at a time, that's fine. If you've gone high speed and you've equipped your remits with a barcode so you can just scan that barcode real fast and it will automatically find the donor, that's fine as well. This is set up for both systems. So I'm going to assume I have a barcode and I just swipe it under my my omnidirectional scammer and it would be like beep and it would tell you who the person is immediately. So in this case, I'm just going to need to worry about something the amount. So I'll just go put in a $50 thing. Now you'll notice here on my demonstration, I have pay method with check date and check number. This is truly an obsolete practice. If you're keeping track of the check dates and check numbers, you really need to get a scanner. You can have these new, they have scanners that will take a check, it will scan it into a digital PDF that you can actually search the text, and that way you have a copy of the check number and check date, but I put it here just because I know a lot of people don't have that yet, so this will sort of make you feel at home. All right, so I'm going to just go pretend this person gave us a check. I'll give them the 1, 2, 3, 4 check number, and I'm going to go put in my next person. So again, I swipe the code, and you see how fast this can be. I mean, if you're doing this at on a day-to-day basis, you can make this very, very fast. So in this person, I'll just say gave cash. And for the last one, I will do it the old school way. Let's say I don't have a remit, and I just looking up the person's name. So let's look for a Smith. How about a Harold Smalls? That'll work. Now what I'm going to do is purposely put in an amount that's going to be incorrect on my batch total. And this is to demonstrate what happens when your batch totals don't line up. It'll give you a chance to go back and actually correct it. So I'll put in a check date for him. And as I put in my last gift, now I'm ready to post, right? So using my gift interface, I just click post batch. And what will happen now is GiftxStream will go, it'll start the post process where it makes sure every little radio button, little checkbox that should be checked is checked. It'll also come back and it does this. This is where it gets really cool. It tells you, did your totals validate. And you'll notice that in my case they didn't. I had a projected amount of 300, but my actual amount is 350, so I say no, they didn't. And I'm going to go back to the batch and actually fix it. So in this case it was the last gift. I'll change that. And now once it's right and I see my totals are right, I can go back to post it again, and what will happen is it'll go through the same process. But this time, obviously, they're going to validate. But this is a good step to have in your process to make sure, because it's a lot easier to fix a gift now when it's on a batch than it is after it's posted, especially if you're tied into an accounting software where it's posting to a general ledger. Unposting a gift and removing something, that's like pulling teeth. So you want to fix it before you post it as opposed to after. Okay, so now in this case, my batch validated. So what will happen is it's now going to go through, it'll save a query of the gifts posted, and it will pull up the all-important Blackbaud batch control report. Now if you have any experience with this, I can't count how many times people have called me and said, how do I get that report again? Problem is you can't. You get one option in Blackbaud's software to actually do that, and if you don't get that batch control report when you do that batch, it's gone. So this will actually save a copy of it as a PDF in a predetermined folder. Typically you have a folder called control reports, and it'll be listed as batch 1, batch 2, batch 3. So you always have them down the road. Or you can even automate the printing of them if you feel like you needed a physical copy and you want to put it in a folder. All right, so what have we done? We've created a batch. We've now posted it. Now what's typically next in our day-to-day routine? Well, a thank you letter. So what I do is I just click thank you letter. Again, no hands. Now if you have a large batch and there's a large number of gifts that were put in, obviously it would take a little longer to merge, but still not that much longer. And what ends up happening is it will actually go create a thank you letter for every gift put in today. Now whether it's a capital campaign gift, an annual giving, a new donor, whatever various letters you have, it can generate them all with the various different letters. What's cool is that after it generates the letters, it will also save a copy of them into a predetermined folder. You can have it set as acknowledgments, or you can even have the option where it automatically prints. So if you have a printer set up with all your acknowledgement letterhead in there, you can actually just click that button and just watch as they start coming out of the printer. And again, once you hear that whistle, it means it's done. And at the final step, of course, what do? Reports. You want to see how you're doing. And maybe somebody wants to see all the money that came in today. So what do? You click reports. Again, no hands. And what it will do is generate any set of canned reports that you run. Now you might have multiple reports that you do each day. Well, this can do them all at one time. You'll see it pulls up. Here's our report for the day. These are the 3 gifts we just put in. Again, any report you have, whether it's weekly, monthly, annually, you can have this set up to automate. So there it is. That's GiftxStream. I hope you found that useful and enjoyable. If you're interested, please contact me and we'll get you set up at your organization. And thank you for watching.